Hey guys, this is BSG TrekFan88 here with some very unfortunate news. As I posted in a video earlier in the week, tomorrow is June 5th, the original scheduled date for D-Day, the Normandy retaking or invasion of Allied forces in World War II. But in my life, more importantly, it was supposed to be the day when I would attempt to photograph with my telescope and camera and equipment totaling around $2,500, the transit of Venus. The only transit, or last transit as far as I know, in my lifetime. This is a big thing for me. You know, I'm a very, very picky guy when it comes to, oh, this only happens once in a year, I'm going to try and get that. You know, like a supermoon. You know, supermoons happen, I think, what, 3-4 times a year, where the moon is very, very big. You know, I'm the kind of guy that goes, wow, you know, this is awesome. But to photograph something once in my lifetime, I don't care if I fail, if I try. If you know what, if I was to set up my telescope, but the camera wouldn't work or something, at least I saw it, okay? And unfortunately, tomorrow's weather forecast is overcast and rainy. I mean, you can't help the weather, but I'm legitimately, like, discouraged, distraught, borderline sad, annoyed. I'm pissed off. I mean, I was gung-ho. I mean, I have... it's over there. I have the solar filter, I have my telescope primed and ready to go. I already pre-programmed my telescope's driver base, so I literally drive out to where I was going to go, set up the telescope, and boom, done. I actually made little marks on the ground where the tripod is supposed to. I was gung-ho, and now I can't do it. I mean, granted, I may wake up tomorrow, and by the time evening comes around, the sun might be out, in which case I'm going to friggin' book it and try and get it. But as of right now, speaking optimistically, looking at the weather reports, the radar, it looks like it's just going to be cloudy, and it's really discouraging. You know, when you, as a stargazer like I am, it's always interesting to look up at the sky and look at Saturn or Jupiter or Mars or a star constellation or another galaxy. You know, I will always be able to look up at that. It may only be a certain time of the year or a week, you know, but I will be able to do it. Like, I can tell you right now that next winter I will be able to photograph the Orion Nebula. Right now, if I wanted to, if it was clear out, I could go out there and look at Mars. I will never in my lifetime be able to see the transit of Venus. I haven't researched this much when it comes to other planets, but we'll just focus on Venus for right now. That's not me being sad here, I have allergies. To look at the sun with, if you haven't done so, go to your local astronomy club. Because, you know, the sun is very much overlooked when it comes to astronomy. You know, I can sit there for hours and just look up at the sky, but to look at the sun, you know, it's one of those things where you can't look at it. You cannot look at the sun on a daily basis unless you have special glasses they make for like $10 on eBay or a solar filter. So to be able to look at the sun, period, with a solar filter, and to be able to see sunspots, and to look at what gives our planet its life, what gave me life, and all that other stuff that you could spend hours upon hours talking about, is pretty cool. But to be able to look at the sun with a telescope, or with my own eyes, through the camera lens, but most likely with a telescope, and look at a planet crossing its path, interrupting my view of this. To think about this, for me, I mean, there's a lot of you, hopefully, who are watching this going, whatever, I don't care. This will never happen again in my lifetime, period. Never again. Never in the news will it pop up, never on an email, period. Done. Once it's gone, it's gone. And when you really stop and think about that, to be excited about something, I mean, the news is has been starting to talk about it for the past week or so. You know, posts from NASA. I've known about this for about 2 years. I honest to God have, because I I kind of research things like, you know, what astronomical event will happen in 2010, 11, 12. Ever since I've had a good camera and a good telescope and or Sterlium, which is a program I use. And I've been really excited for this, and because of fucking clouds, I can't do it. I cannot witness something that will never happen again in my lifetime. And there aren't many things in the human average lifespan that only happen once. Okay, there's a lot of things that happen a couple of times, like a solar eclipse or a lunar eclipse, and there are a couple of things that may happen every other month. And there's a lot of things that will only happen once or never in my lifetime. But this is something that, with my job, and this is kind of what it comes down to. There's a lot of things that I could do that would only happen once if I had the money, right? But to view the transit of Venus on my equipment that I own, excuse me, I sneeze. My Celestron Nexstar X SE telescope, my Nikon D3100, and these two eyes on what I make every week, every 2 weeks, every year, it's something I can do. And I can't because of clouds. It really sucks. Like I literally have been watching the weather forecast for the past 10 days, and I'm legitimately pissed off. So, what can you do? If I can do it, I will, but most likely I can't. So this is BSG Trekman 88 here. Sorry I can't deliver. Again, if I can, I'll shoot out there and try and get something, but it doesn't look good right now. So anyway, have a good night.